Keep driving. Not yet. You can make a left turn and be able to park.
Yes, I parked the car already down there. So where are you? I can't seem to make you out. Where are you? Yeah. Okay.
I'm still not seeing you.
Oh, okay, perfect. I just saw you. Come on, girl. Oh, yeah, this I see you. Okay, girl, yeah, I can spot you out now with the black, right? Keep coming. I'm so happy. Keep coming. Keep coming. Okay, yeah, keep coming, darling. Oh, goodness. I feel like something really great for you, my darling.
Ready to eat. I'm ready to go and eat some food.
Woo! Oh, darling, thank you for coming.
Your sweetheart is getting together again to do
Going to Canada?
with who?
So nice to have you, honey. Woo!
Yeah.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right on Panther Hollow Road.
Ah, woo! Let's go home.
This place is so beautiful. I should have been here sooner. Man, I'm so proud of Big Sis. Big Sis, where are you?
Yes, Juliana, darling, I'm here. So happy to have you. Hope you enjoy yourself, darling.
Yes, I am. Your house is too beautiful.
Really?
Yes.
thank God. Oh, sweetheart, so tell me, how has school been?
You know, we thank God for everything. I've taken my midterm exams, and in a couple more weeks, I'll take my final exams, and then I'm finished for the semester.
Oh, sweet!
Yes.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
It's so good to have you here, honey. I'm so happy to have you.
No, I'm so glad to be here. But big sis, my mom has been telling me all about the wedding.
What?
She has. So tell me, how far with the wedding plan?
I'm shy. Like, I'm so grateful to God. I know that we are in the perfect will of God. Most importantly, I know that He loves me so much. Regarding the wedding plans, so which colors do you think we should use for the wedding?
I mean, which colors did you have in mind?
I was thinking like royal blue and gold. You know, that's classic and royal.
I mean, it's classic and royal, yes, but I don't know. I was thinking more like maybe white and red, or maybe even white and blue. You know, those type of colors. They're more better for like a traditional type of setting.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, like for the traditional wedding.
Yeah.
Okay, and then like for the civil wedding, what do you think we can use?
Maybe white and gold.
Oh, white and gold rather.
Yeah.
And then for church, everything white. White.
Definitely.
So, have you gotten your clothes ready already?
You know, I'm getting ready. You know, I'm getting it tailored and made because I want to look my best for this wedding. I want to look my best.
Oh yeah?
I can't wait for that day already.
Oh. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Like seriously, I can't wait to tell Saruma, my bestie, that you're here already. I'm sure she'll be so happy.
Oh wow, how is she even?
That one, she's always at one conference, one event. She's a big woman, you know, she's a TV journalist, right? Wow. She's doing great for herself.
Oh no, I'm so happy for her too.
Yeah, me too. I'm really so happy for her, and I'm so proud of her, just like I'm proud of you, girl.
Oh, thank you, big sis. Big sis, it's been a long day. I can't wait to hit that beautiful bed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No problem. You can just finish up with this and go to bed, okay, honey? Oh.
Thank you, big sis.
Oh. Hey, who is calling? I'm coming. Who is this? Oh, come on, girl. Pick up. Oh my goodness. Hey, Saruma. Oh, got you. Hello, my darling bestie. Bestie girl, how are you, darling? I've missed you so much. Woo, so happy to hear from you, honey. How are you doing?
I'm doing well by God's grace. Thank you, honey. I came for the conference organized by the Minister of Social Works and Culture so that I could have the rare privilege of discussing with her on the program that we are about to launch on our TV station on sponsoring the underprivileged young boys and girls in the villages back in Africa. I told you I was going to start up a program to that effect, right? And of course, I think it's a dream that is coming true already. I'm so excited.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Oh my goodness, girl, I'm so proud of you. Any day, anytime, of course, you know I'm so proud of you, right?
Also, I'll be discussing with her about the book launch of my 5th publication. And you know I invited you already for it, right? I can't wait to have you at the event already, my darling.
Wow, sweetie, that's so nice. That's so nice of you. You won't imagine who we have here. No, of course, it's my cousin. Yeah, Juliana, right? That girl, I was so amazed to see her today. Like, she didn't even tell me she was coming. Can you imagine that? Oh my goodness, like we've been discussing a lot, talking about the wedding. She's trying to help me pick some colors. You know how these girls do their thing. Oh girl, anyways, you can talk with her tomorrow. Like, she's gone to bed already. She was just so tired and all of that. But I'm going to definitely tell her that you called, you know. But wait a minute, this one like actually called me like that. I know you want to go somewhere, but what if you just continue part of that story, you know? Like, I'm really eager to know so much about it. Oh boo, do I have to beg you like every single time? Like, it's my right as your best friend to know.
Okay, fine, no problem. So, where were we?
Oh yeah, sure, be rest assured that I'm all ears.
Last time I told you how the baby eventually got to her father's house and was expecting her education. It happened that before she could leave the northwest region of that country with her mother from their grandpa's compound, she was already 4 years old, like I said, and by this time she had started primary 1 and was going to primary 2. And when they came to the southwest, wherein she lived with her Nigerian godmother and father, as fate will have it, she spent primary 2, 3, and 4 effectively with them. So her father took her and they went to her paternal grandpa's place where she spent primary 5 and 6. And of course, these cocoa farming areas were definitely the suburbs. The experience was another one because many a times they would trek to school literally. During the sunny season, it will be dusty, and of course, during the rainy season, there will be mud everywhere.
What? That's insane.
This young girl was really smart and she was the class prefect.
Can you imagine that? Wow.
Yeah, because she was always performing well. Her classmates always voted for her to lead their class, and many a times her dad was so proud of her. Sometimes when they were even calling the results and she's not available, her father would go to the podium and stand on her behalf. He was so proud of her.
Can you beat that? Whoa.
After that, he sent her to a boarding school in a big city. He did his very best. In this boarding school, there was the good, bad, and the ugly. You had young boys and girls from very wealthy families, and of course, we also had students from very humble backgrounds. One of the things that was so peculiar was visiting days where parents would come in, and you know, the very rich parents would come with their exotic cars and bring their children all manners of goodies, and it was always so fun in the dormitories. But come to think of it, those were from very poor families. They just sat there, no one to visit them, and they will have nothing to really eat that night in the dormitories though.
Can you imagine? What?
What about the teachers? The teachers were really amazing. Like, I mean, this school was top notch and they had the best cream of teachers. The discipline masters, it was a no-go area for students because they always ensured that everywhere was in order, and so categorically you always see them beating students, and of course, you know, students did not like such teachers at all.
What?
The most interesting part was during handover. So we have this thing back in the dormitory school where power was really much revered by the lower seat students. So when the upper seat students were about to hand over to the lower seat students, they were going to beat these people up, throw soap on their body. Like, it was just fun, you know. They were doing it like, okay, the same way we are treating you, that's how we expect you to treat the junior students, to keep discipline and order. And at this time, there was so much tussle in school. Like, people would go around giving sweets, what you call candy here in the US, of course, and giving just this kind of like petty gifts. Sometimes they even offer money, you know, so that class prefects could gather their students to kind of like vote for them for big positions like school chancellor, school counselor, senior prefect boy, senior prefect girl, and it was so much fun. Yeah, so some of the positions came by merit. Like if you were very, very intelligent, okay, you were going to have the honor of being like the senior prefect, the school counselor, the school chancellor. But you could also run for positions as the school sanitation prefect, the school refectorian, the school sacristan in charge of the chapel, or in charge of sports, social activities. Like there were so many positions you could run for. That if you are able to get students to like you, you know, like to vote for you. But of course, for my case, I was voted the senior prefect girl, like generously by the school without me having to give gifts or bribe or money. Like people just felt like I merited the position. Oh wow, so you were the senior prefect girl, huh? Hey, my girl has always been a leader right from her youth. That's what we're talking about, girl. But mind you, I was no longer in this boarding school. So I had gone to a government public school, which was not a boarding school. It was like I leave my house to that school. It was a day school. So I had a feeling of both, you know, like in secondary school, I went to the boarding school. And then by high school, I went to this public school, which was much more cheaper to go to because my dad was facing financial difficulties as at then. And also he had other children to focus on. He had to send my sister to the boarding school in another part of the country. I know, like secondary school is always fun. Like it's always really fun. Best of all, high school too. So in primary school you were the head girl, in high school you were the senior prefect, and many a times through all your classes you were the class prefect girl. Now I feel so honored to be your friend. I can only imagine in the university how it was like. Girls' time in the dormitories was fun, you know, just having to share your gari, chin-chin, biscuits with your loved ones and friends. I remember how senior students would want to take only the very, very rich junior students to be their petite. Why? Because they know that each time we have an outing, when the students go out, they'll bring a lot of money and a lot of goodies. And of course, they'll come and give it to their bigs to take care of it, right? Initially from childhood, I was growing up with the wild dreams of becoming an actress. I really wanted to be the best actress in Africa and beyond. Yeah, and because of that, when I was in secondary school, I was in the acting club and the book club because we had so many clubs that you could join to learn other trades like barbing, sewing, or whatever your interest was. So by this time when I was coming to the university, I knew that I would take a first choice in theater arts, second choice in management, and third choice in, you know, law, because my dad told me that if I studied law, he was going to send me abroad and all of that. You know how fathers used to want to convince you. I remember one day he came back home saying that someone has told him that, oh, your daughter is going to be very, very great. She's either going to be an engineer or a lawyer, and she's going to be a great woman. So he was just using that to influence me, like, if you study this, I would reward you by sending you abroad to further your studies and make more money, like. But I was like, no, daddy, if I have to go abroad, God will take me abroad. You know, he really dreamt of us having a great future, and he didn't want all these young boys in the village to like terminate that dream. He kept asking us, do you want to follow after these young men in the village, or you want to have an education for yourself and become a better woman tomorrow? And we will always take the latter option. He will always tell us that's one thing that his father did not give, and he's willing to give us because he knows education is a priceless offer, and with education you can get whatever you want in the world. So since his father didn't give him education but gave him the farms, he became excellent with farm work. He wants to give us education so that we can become excellent with education. Things kept getting tough and tough financially, but well, university year one, he provided for all my needs. I remember, like, to the capacity with which he could, and I went to school, always amongst the best students, right? Yeah, best students in my class that year. Then year two, the storm came in mightily. Journalism and mass communication, right? And I got to study that. I had really great classmates. I took courses in photojournalism, film, editing, you know, book writing, and all of these, production, advertisement, public speaking, you know, like a lot of wonderful, wonderful courses. That's why I'm so passionate about broadcasting, writing, and all of that. It was from the journalism background. Yeah, fast forward, I'm in the second year in the university. A day I will never forget. We were studying media ethics, JMC 303. And I got a call saying that my dad had been exiled. Wait, exiled? What do you mean, sir? I asked. What? He was exiled? The man who put the call through to me explained that because of some land issues, the village chief had gathered the young boys of the community to exile my dad because my dad was from another part of the nation and he was not legitimately a son of the sword. To tell you the truth, bestie, if I had not given my life to Christ, I would have lived to hate humans because that was the height of injustice. I knew that the enemy was not just trying to frustrate my dad's life, but our lives also. I made up my mind. I made up my mind to not give up. I did all manner of menial jobs. So ching-ching, coconut sweet, granite sweet, chips, sweet, and all the petty things you can imagine just to survive. I would even go out in the night to work in a chicken factory between 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning. And by 6 a.m. in the morning, I would rush back to my student hostel, have a shower and run to class, sit and study with my friends who were maybe sleeping on their beds. Some have gone to the clubs and all of that, and we'll sit in the same class. Guess what? God will be so merciful. At the end of the day, I'll still come out the best student in my class. God is so merciful.
This is man's inhumanity to man. No wonder they say survival of the fittest is like the world has become a jungle or something. What was he even thinking? What was he even thinking when he was doing that to that poor man, you know? Kai, this is so heartbreaking. It's unbelievable. And I am just trying to imagine how you survived all of that. Like, I mean, it's not funny, you know?
After my bachelor's degree in journalism and mass communication, I spent 1 year at home helping people to take care of their babies, just doing 1 or 2 things around to cover up time and to get some money for myself in order to go in for a master's degree the very next year. So after spending 1 year at home, I applied for a master's degree in English language. And by this time, I was doing voluntary services in radio stations, TV stations, and it so happened that on the first year of my master's degree, by some divine connection and recommendation from a very good friend, I was hired by the state TV to report the news. It was such a very interesting moment to express my craft. I finished my master's degree, to which my dad was very surprised.
Yes, sweetie, I mean, just look at the woman you are becoming by His grace. Just look at. God is so merciful, you know, so faithful.
See how God works. What if I had not surrendered my life to the Lord before the university? Would I have been able to resist all the temptations that came my way? Would I have been able to endure all the hardship and the affliction that came upon my dad during his exile? Would I have been able to complete the bachelor's degree, master's degree, and even going for a PhD degree? The exile, no money, we were basically living from hand to mouth. And by this time I was also publishing books and trying to raise up money to pay for his rent, get him some clothes, shoes, like just get his basic needs, and also afford for my school.
Thank God for your life. Thank God for your life. We never can tell just what God has in store for every one of us. Like, because He says in His word that right from our mother's wombs, He knows the thoughts that He has for us, thoughts of good and not of evil, to bring us to an expected end of peace. I mean, look at what you are becoming.
My bestie, indeed, the best decision that one can ever make in this life is the decision of surrendering one's heart to God.
Honestly, my love, thank God. Like, I really can't wait to hear how you came into a relationship with the Lord, because that decision you made has not just been a blessing to you, but to me too. I mean, I can't stop thanking God every day for you being in my life. Yeah, because if not of that decision that you made intentionally on that day to surrender your heart and life to the Lord in truth and in spirit, I'm just wondering, what would have become of my own life? Would I ever have had a relationship with the Lord? So I can't wait to just get your testimony as to how it all happened, honey.
Yes, that's right. Sure. I wouldn't hesitate to share that with you. But come to think of it, has it really been an easy road? Well, that's a story for another time.